Alright, alright. Looks like we should be good. Alright, just hold tight. I'm gonna make a post to Twitter so everyone can see what's going on here. Just hold tight. I'm just posting this to Twitter, just so everyone. Come on, seriously. There we go. Alright, just hold tight. Alright. Okay. I'm just going to pull up the chat. Alright, should be all set to go. Alright guys, it's DK White, and welcome to my third live stream here on Friday nights. So, let me just close this out. Alright, so the plan tonight, I don't know if you guys saw my tweet earlier, I have a mix pulled up. I recently, with my band White Rider, we're planning a new EP. Hopefully within the next couple months we'll be able to share that with you guys. But one of the tracks on there is called Patient 666. It's actually a song we meant to put it out as an official single talking almost a year ago now. A friend of mine went into a studio with our drummer Nick and got it pretty much professionally recorded. The drums and all the guitars were recorded. Then got Eli added in his bass parts afterwards, and I've had the files sitting for about a year now, never did anything with them. So now I'm going to go in and finally finish this off. I did re-record some guitar parts because with the mix down that I got, which I didn't get the individual tracks, I just have a mix down of the drums and the guitars. The drums are a little overpowering, so I figured I'd layer some more guitars in there to make it a little bit fuller. And I got the bass. I didn't get a chance to re-record the vocals. That'll come eventually later. And just give me 1 second. Oh, we got a comment. Okay. So I figured I'd go with the parts that I have recorded today and do a mix. I did some slight things to it already just to kind of make it a little bit balanced. I just balanced the levels a little bit, and I added in a couple processes to see what they do to the new guitar tracks where I recorded. So just hold tight with me, guys. I'm going to grab a phone charger because I want to be able to read the comments as we're doing this. Just give me a second. Alright, that way I can read the comments as we're doing this. so first thing I'm going to do here is I'm just going to open up the mix. I already got it pulled up. Put myself in the corner here. So this is the mix of what I have so far. Let me open that up. So what I've got to work with here basically is, these are all the tracks I did on the demo version of the song, which is up on our SoundCloud. I can link that. But these tracks right here, you got these two tracks here. That one is the mix down of what we did in the studio, the guitars and the drums. And that right there is the bass that we had Eli record afterwards. And then here are two guitar tracks I recorded, basically the same parts I recorded in the studio that's in that mix down. So on the left I have one guitar part, and on the right I have another guitar part. And we recorded those to the mix down, and I have those here panned just the same way we had it back then. I do have some vocal tracks down here, but these vocals are not lined up to what we recorded in the studio. These are lined up to the demo, so I'm not going to use those in this version. I'm going to re-record the vocals on this empty track here eventually. Didn't have time to do that before this. So right now, all we're working with is what is in these 4 tracks. So to start, I'll show you the effects I used. Let's check the chat. Alright, so all I did on the guitar and drum track is just did a little bit of an EQ to fill it out. I'll show you a comparison on that one in a second. The bass, all I did was a little bit of a bass EQ and a little compression. This is the right guitars. So this is I tried out this modern rock preset because I had a gut feeling that this would be the preset that would work for this song, and it actually worked pretty good. So I got this in here, and I turned off the gate because I feel like the gate is not, it's good for the riff, but you know what? Well, the way the riff is, I'm going to gate it. Just because it'll make it a little bit tighter, which this is supposed to be a tight riff. So I got those. Save that as I go. And that's all I have. I have effects on the vocals, but I'm not working with the vocals yet. And then here, I have Ozone, which I'll tweak with last to make it kind of wide and stereo. So for now, I'm just going to go through each track, and I'm going to probably tweak these, get this balanced, mixed, everything. Hopefully by the end of this, I'll have a track that I can show you guys. I will record the vocals and mix those in there before I put this out on SoundCloud, though, so don't expect this on SoundCloud right away. Just check the comments, make sure. Alright, so we got the Bad Eye Sports Guy. That is a heck of a name. And we have White Rider. I believe that's Eli on there, the guitarist and lyricist in my band. So let's get started on this mix. So first thing I'm gonna do here is I am going to, let me just check the way I have the preferences routed, because I don't really have monitors hooked up currently. The monitors I was using last week broke, so I need to get new monitors. So this is just going to be coming out of my computer audio. Let me know if there's an issue, because I do have my microphone right next to here. If that becomes an issue, I need to know. So I got that and that. Alright, the preferences look good. Alright, so I'm going to start by showing you the rough mix I started with. So here we go. So, I don't know if you guys could notice on that part there, little bit messed up with the way I played it. So this could use a re-record. We'll just work with the tracks I have right now. And that's pretty much, it's self-explanatory. That's the verse and chorus riff right there. I'm just gonna, give me 1 second, I'm just gonna check to make sure we have the levels here working alright. I'm gonna play this. Alright, by the looks of it, I don't think that the audio is working. Just give me 1 second to fix this. I mean, it's coming out of the speakers. but OBS Studio is not picking it up. Alright. Okay, if you guys can... How well can you guys hear the audio from that song? Just let me know in the comments, because I don't think it's going through correctly. Let me just... Alright. Okay, if you guys can... How well can you guys... Yeah, that I don't think is working correctly. I'm gonna have to mess with OBS a little bit here. Just hang tight, guys. Just let me know in the comments how well you could hear that, because to me that sounded like it was just what was the snowball was picking up over here. And I am going to test this. Alright, I figured out what the issue is. Give me a second. Mixcraft does this thing called exclusive mode. So, let me play it now and see what happens. There we go. Alright, you guys should be able to hear that good now. You guys should be able to hear that pretty good now. Yeah, I forgot the Mixcraft has that setting in here. I'm gonna play from the beginning again. You guys should be able to hear this a lot clearer now, because it's actually the desktop audio, not what my microphone's picking up. Alright, what I'm gonna do actually is, since I'm going to mute this, the audio. Alright, I'm going to mute the audio input capture, and that is going to mute my microphone, so all you're hearing is going to be what my desktop audio is playing. So, I'm going to play the mix. I'll do it probably, I'll just do the first chorus, kind of into the second verse, and then I'll stop it, and then I'll go track by track with everything that's going on. Hopefully you guys can get a clearer picture now. Sorry about the technical difficulties I was having. Alright, so that's pretty good. I think I gotta mess with the levels, and I'm probably gonna put those new guitar tracks a little lower in the mix, because they seem to be overpowering a little more than it needs to be. So Bad Eye Sports Guy. So, you're basically asking if this is one of the tracks that still needs drums, right? It doesn't, because that is what you did in your dad's studio. That is the track that your dad sent me after we did it in the studio. It's just, I feel like when he mixed it, he did it a little, the drums are a little too overpowering. And, White Rider, Give me a second.
Guys hear the audio from that, so a lot clearer.
Alright, so the reason why that sounds off... The reason why that sounds off is because it's the tracks that I recorded separately, both to the mixdown. So there were a couple times where I may have held a chord out while the other guitar part didn't hold it out. I didn't do it the best way I could have, and also, that guitar was in tune when I re-recorded the parts. I don't know if my guitar was fully in tune when I actually recorded this in the studio a year ago. It seems to be the tuning slightly off. I was hoping I could fix that in the editing. I don't... Since my guitar might have been a little out of tune when I did that recording, which I'm pretty sure I didn't tune it beforehand. I just assumed my guitar sounded in tune, so I just recorded with the tuning that it was in, which may have been a little flat. This part was recorded in drop C sharp. So in that, my Les Paul, which is right, where is it? It's right behind me right here. That guitar, was back when it was pretty tuning stable, so I wouldn't think it would have been flat. It sounded pretty in tune, so I didn't think to tune it beforehand, which may have been a mistake. After looking back at the recording and playing with a freshly tuned guitar, it does sound like there is it's a little bit off. I don't think I can fix that much. I'm going to try, with a little bit of auto-tune, maybe I can fix it, but the chances are I'm not going to be able to fix it. So what I'm going to do is, just for the heck of it, I'm going to put auto-tune on that mix down just to bring it into pitch. Just a little bit of a push into pitch. Maybe that'll fix it. We'll see what happens. Just give me a second here. So what I'm going to do... Nope, that's the bass. Alright, so... Yeah, I'm just going to add an auto-tune and auto-tune it to whatever tuning the guitar should have been in. So it probably was a little bit off. So the original key of the song was C sharp minor. So I'm going to auto-tune that to C sharp minor, and we'll see what happens. Sounds better. That definitely caught some of those... the guitar was a little flat, and that seems like it brought it back into tune. But in terms of everything melding together, it still seems like it's not melding together correctly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to change... I'm literally just going to drop out all the EQs. I just want to see what this sounds like, everything completely dry. And maybe try working from the ground up, possibly. Alright, that's with it completely dry, and I gotta say, that actually sounded better with it completely dry. It seemed like the EQ processes definitely worked a little better. So what I'm going to do is, to be consistent, I am not going to use this effects chain. I'm going to go and use the Modern Rock effects chain, and just turn off the gate. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to leave that smooth and warm. I felt like that worked. I'm just going to turn off the gate on everything. Alright. And I'm going to see what that does just by doing that. so what I'm hearing... Alright, the drum. I don't know if the drums on the left speaker are more. What you're probably hearing is the fact that, you're probably hearing a little bit of my microphone. Because I do have it coming out of my computer speaker, and the microphone's generally pretty close to that. I'm still tweaking all my setup and everything with the audio. I'm still trying to tweak. Once I get computer speakers, I might be able to fix some of the things that are going on audio-wise. What are you saying no to? I'm actually forgetting. So, what... Alright, so I'm just going to kind of move on from here. What I'm hearing in the mix is the original guitar track was very mid-humped. The reason why it's mid-humped is my tone back then was very mid. I pushed the mids on all my tones. So, and something about the way the guy that runs the studio, Matty, there's something about the way that he EQ'd it was very mid-humpy. Seemed like my guitars, that's all it was mids. There was not a lot of low end, not a lot of high end, and that's why the drums just feel a little more overpowering, because you didn't have many frequencies on the guitars. So, that track probably needs a boost in the bass and a boost in the treble. So what I'm going to do is just to see if that makes a difference, I'm going to cut the mids a little bit. I'm going to boost the highs, I'm going to boost the lows, and maybe that'll meld a little bit better. I can definitely say my theory might have been correct there, but what I'm going to do is, what I'm hearing also is that the tone is a little bit too harsh. High-end clipping, I'm definitely hearing. So that, I could say compression could probably fix that, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to do something called a high pass. I'm just gonna low pass filter it to see if that does anything. So I'm going to pull up the parametric equalizer. So I'm going to do a high pass on this and see if that does anything. Alright, apparently their definition of a high pass is like opposite. So I'm going to do like a high cut instead. Alright, so I'm just going to do high cuts. I'm just going to do a high cut on all the tracks individually. I really think that a lot of that high cut the highs might actually be more from the new track I recorded. Give it a little bit of a bass boost and a mid boost on both of those. See if that fixes anything. Alright, there's still a very nasty frequency on there that I'm hearing. Give me a second. What I can do to get rid of that nasty frequency is I can pull up a parametric equalizer on every single track, or I can just go to the EQ and O-zone and just pull out the frequency from the whole track. I'm not sure how I'm going to have to handle that, but I'm going to solo each track as this goes just to see which one it is. what I can definitely say is that the guitars on their own sound good. The guitar tracks that I just recorded. The original track seems to be the problem. Let me just go back to the beginning just to make sure. It seems like the original track seems to be more of an issue. What do you guys think? You think that those guitar tracks sound good, the ones I just re-recorded? Or do you think that maybe they sound a little too harsh? Do you think that maybe the original track is a little too mid-humpy, or maybe I need to do some other things to the original tracks? Because I feel like watch what happens as soon as I add in the original track. I just feel like there's frequencies clashing together that shouldn't be clashing together. Treble cut the original track. I already did a severe treble cut on the original track. But let me do another treble cut just to see what happens. So, just cut out some of the higher end frequencies here. I've always noticed that the high mids tend to be some of the worst frequencies to have in here. So I'm going to cut some of those out. Maybe cut a little bit of the output. See what happens. Alright. Alright, I would say that worked if it didn't just take the drums completely out. So, honestly, what do you guys think? Because the original idea I had was I felt like the guitars just didn't sound that good on the original recording. But the drums are really good. Like, I do not want to trade that part out for drum loops, because I feel like Nick's drumming on that was just really good. Like even listen to... I'm just going to show you the end part here, because this is kind of proof of how good the drumming on this is. Like, just listen to that. You got, like, the whole soul... It's just like, I do not want to replace that with a drum machine. So that's like the last resort, is to put the original drums back in, because I want to keep those drums. Having a real drummer on this just makes a big difference, and I really want, with all that hard work, to really pay off. So I don't want that hard work in the studio to go for nothing. Even if the guitars get really cut down in the mix and I had to use my re-recorded guitars, I need the drums have to stay. So based on what I'm hearing in the frequencies, I would say I would give it a, like you're saying in the comments, bass boost and a mid cut. I wouldn't do a treble cut. So I'm going to toss that. I'm going to go back in here. And so instead of what I currently have on here, I'm going to grab, so I got flat EQ, but what I'm going to do instead is a mid hump, or mid scoop, I mean. That's not what I want. Alright, I'm just going to start flat, and I'm going to do a complete mid scoop. So what I want is to boost the bass frequencies up a little bit. And then I'm going to kind of leave those there, and then I'm going to scoop out a lot of these low mid to high mid frequencies. The high mids are actually, I kind of want to keep it in, so I'm just going to scoop out these low mids. I'm going to drop out a little bit of the high just to have it a slight cut, but not too much. And the high mids, I'll give it a tiny little bit of a boost. We'll see how well that curve works. I'm going to go in and do a complete mid cut. Just because the mids is where all the guitars are sitting. So if I can, as much as the guitars I can get out, the better. So I'm going to do a complete mid cut. So these are all going back down here. Like, I want this completely flat. Like, completely scooped out. Alright. See what that does. Alright, majority of what you're hearing there is drums. So what I'm also going to add in, just as a afterthought, is I'm going to add a drum enhance, and I'm going to see if that maybe pushes the drums forward in the mix a little bit more here. Alright, I actually think that did a lot. So, unsolo that and see what we got. Alright, from there, I actually think that's a heck of a lot better than it was. So from there, I'm going to just go into Ozone and do some final tuning here. See what we got. Figured I'd mess with that real quick. Yeah, this... Alright, I will go back in and fix the bass afterwards, because the bass is there, it's just so in the mix that you can barely hear it. Alright, I'm going to actually see how this works here. there. Alright, from here I actually think this is pretty good. Alright, I honestly, that came out a heck of a lot better than I was really expecting. Alright, I'm gonna come out from the mix here and talk to you guys. Alright, well, what did you guys think? Do you think that I could have done some other things, or some other things you think I didn't do that you think I should go in there and fix? Is there any things like maybe does the bass need to be mixed in a little bit better, or the drums? I know the drums are a little bit too piercing. Is there anything that I can do there? You guys have any ideas on that? But that's definitely, from where I started, that's a big improvement. Up the bass. Yeah. Honestly, even, like, I upped it, but it's sitting just that. It's sitting in the mix in a way that you just don't hear it that well. And when you push it to the point where you do hear it, it's too much. There's not really a sweet spot. You're only gonna get, it seems like it's, I'll go back into the mix and try and fix it, but I'm pretty sure that I'm not going to be able to get that to sit good. You know what I'll do is I'll up it, and then I'll EQ it to see if I can get it to sit better. So, like, the bass is on the same level as everything else. That's what I'm going to do. Actually, I would say that actually might have done it. It sticks out just enough, but it's not, like, overly, like, out there. Just enough where it fits in and it's audible. So I'm gonna unmute those and see what we get. Honestly, the best I heard that is actually just doing a vintage distorted sound. What do you think? What do you guys think? Because that actually sounds like it fits in. I can hear it. And with the heaviness and the really harshness of the guitars, I just put a distorted sound on the bass. I feel like that fits. What do you guys think? Because definitely, like before I had the same EQ, when I pushed it enough to hear it, it didn't fit. I needed to do some different EQing. I had to use a different preset. Kind of went through the presets to see what fit. I feel like that fits the best, and definitely, the Eli played the bass on that, and he's a big Cliff Burton fan, so that is basically that vintage distorted bass tone that Cliff had too. So it fits with the heaviness of this track. It definitely fits. Adding distortion on bass is a good fix to do with a heavy track. So worked with Metallica. So worked with a lot of 80s metal bands actually. So. Alright, well, anything else you guys think I should do? I'm going to play the track and see. Just anything you hear, just let me know, and I'll see if I can tackle whatever the issue is that you bring up. I'm going to mute my microphone just so it doesn't mix improperly. Alright guys, anything in there that you thought should be fixed, or any parts that were a little bit off or anything, just let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to kind of wrap up here because it's been going for about 45 minutes now. Started this on time and actually took the whole time this time. It actually went better than expected. Any final things I could fix in the track? Just let me know. Nothing? Alright, well, hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you liked the song. You can head over to the White Rider SoundCloud. We have the demo version of this song up there. And I don't know if Eli put it out, but I think he did. He put the demo out onto iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, everything else. All streaming platforms. I'm pretty sure it's out there. I think we should move on to vocals. Yeah, those aren't recorded, so I can't exactly cover those. That I can cover next week if you want. I could touch on the vocals and how I would go about doing the vocals for this track and fitting those in. And maybe tackle another White Rider track that we need to redo, like song Demons of Allen, that's also going to be on our EP. Can maybe do both of those next week for my live stream. Actually, no, that sounds like a pretty good idea. So yeah, expect that next week. I'll do the vocals for this song next Friday, as well as the Demons Allen remix, which the vocals on that aren't bad, but I'm also going to re-record the vocals for that song too. We're talking that song I recorded 2 years ago, and this song was like a year ago. So in 2 years, I've made a lot of progress as a singer, so I think that I could manage to do something a little bit better. So yeah, hope you liked what I had today. Like, subscribe, comment, notification bell, so you know when I go live and when I put new videos out. Should have a new video out for you guys on Monday. And I'm gonna slightly talk about it right now, but this is something that is gonna be pretty far out there. There is a long-term project that I am working on. It's an instrumental project. Look, it's probably going to be like a 13, maybe 14 track album once it's done. And I do have a couple songs done for it, but this is going to be a year-long process. Don't expect any really big news on this probably until closer to the end of the year. But I do want to drop demos when I have them available. So Monday, I am going to drop a music video of a demo version of one of the tracks on that album called Riffage of Mind and Soul. Basically, I wrote that riff like 3 days ago, and I've just been having a lot of fun playing it, and I recorded a demo of it. So I do want to put that out on YouTube for you guys to see what I'm working on. Then obviously, I have Inside My Passion that I put out this past Wednesday. That is another riff I'm working on for this project as well. Heavenly Spheres, which we remixed last week, that is another song that's going to be on this project. And that's about all I have. I have a couple other riffs and other things I've been messing around with, but there's really not much else other than those couple songs. The rest is yet to be written, so expect updates on that within the coming months. But I do have an EP sitting on the back burner that I will put out before the end of this year. That way you guys aren't sitting without anything from me for a whole nother year. I will have another EP out for you guys, so you have something to listen to and check out. So yeah, just catch my video on Monday, which should be on Riffage of Mind and Soul, a live demo of that. And Wednesday, I should be giving you guys a vlog on my Silvertone that I've been postponing for a while. Be installing the Floyd Rose bridge on that, doing some wiring modifications. Be a little bit more in-depth vlog than I did on my J Tercer, because not only am I modifying the electronics, I'm also modifying the hardware. And honestly, I'm not sure if it's going to succeed, so we'll see how that goes. This is the third, maybe fourth time I've attempted to install that bridge into that guitar. The first time pretty much succeeded. Every subsequent time failed. So it's a guitar that's just been sitting without a bridge in it. So we'll see how it goes. I have no clue what to expect. I don't know what problems I'm going to run into, but you guys get to experience it with me. You catch that vlog on Wednesday. And that's about it. Also, tomorrow morning, I believe I'm going to go live around noon. 11 or noon. I'll put it on my Twitter, but I'm going to be going live on my Twitch channel on Dofferenze Plays with starting a brand new Skyrim playthrough. If you guys tuned in last Saturday, I went and did a test stream on one of my current Skyrim characters, but that's kind of a side thing I'm doing in addition to this YouTube channel. Doing the music stuff. I'm doing that on my other YouTube channel just as a fun thing to do. So if you guys are interested in any video games, I'll be covering Skyrim mainly, but I also am going to be covering Battle Royale games like Warzone, Blackout, and Fortnite, as well as other RPGs. Think of like Outer Worlds, Borderlands. I'll probably be covering multiplayer versions of Call of Duty with Blackout and Black Ops 4 and Modern Warfare. Also probably covering some games like Witcher and Elder Scrolls Online, all other Fallout games and Elder Scrolls games. Honestly, I got so many games to work with. Whatever you guys want me to do, I will do, but I'm going to start with Skyrim, start a brand new playthrough there, and be doing that every Saturday around 11 noon Eastern Standard Time. And I will post all those streams on my Dofferenze Plays YouTube channel, but they will be archived on a playlist on this channel as well. I can link all that in the description for you. And other than that, that's about it. So I'm just going to end the live stream here unless anybody has anything, any questions, comments, anything. I'm just going to end this, and I'll see you guys tomorrow's stream. So I'll just wait a few minutes, leave any comments or questions right now, otherwise I'll just end this here. Alright, just wait a few minutes because of the delay on this thing. Alright, doesn't look like there's any comments. Alright, so I'm just going to end it here. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the track that I mixed. As I said, when that has the vocals added into it, which should be next Friday on this live stream, I will put that on SoundCloud and Demons of Allen once that one's remixed as well. These will be all on SoundCloud. Since these are White Rider tracks, I'm not going to put them on my personal SoundCloud. I'm going to put them on the White Rider SoundCloud as remixes, and I'll link them in the description. But you can check out Heavenly Spheres, which we did last week. And you can also check out all my tracks I have on my YouTube channel. You're Not Alone, which is on my EP Igniting the Flames, which is live on Spotify under DK White. That's period after the D and after the K. And over to Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, Google Play Music, Pandora. I'm practically everywhere. I did it through DistroKid, so any streaming platform you guys are using, you can probably find me there. So check that out. Check out my music video on You're Not Alone, and also check out my vlogs. I did the Star Spangled Banner, did a redo of that, a song I did 4 years ago as a school project. Also, you can check out Reference of Mind to Soul on Monday, and you can check out Inside My Passion, which is already on my YouTube channel that I did on Wednesday. So yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing and liking my videos. I've been noticing a lot of good feedback on things, so thanks for the support, guys. I just want to keep going with this and really start making a future for myself with music. It's with this whole quarantine and everything. It really, this is a time where I have a lot of time on my hands. And I need to get this started, and I'm really thankful for all the feedback and the support I've been seeing. Hasn't been much. It's slow, but for those of you who are subscribed and who have been commenting and liking things and watching things, I really appreciate it, and I hope to put out content for you guys for the foreseeable future, as long as I'm able to do this on YouTube. So I'll see you guys tomorrow on Dofferenze Plays, or next week, or on my Friday live stream next week, or you guys will hopefully see my videos next week. So I will see you.